Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today I want to talk about an Alpha 4.0 update with CIG unbricking some accounts. That's good. But also some bits with cheating, exploiting, duping, and maybe even a little bit about gold sellers in Star Citizen, which is bad. So, Alpha 4.0, some preview stuff. On the preview now, they put up a shard-locked accounts update. Just a quick note to share some updates. Today, the team rolled out a corrective script to repair many accounts affected by a variant of the shard lock issue, commonly seen as a 60k error. With this rollout, a large number of accounts have been restored through a repair cleanup process and should now be available to play. This, along with a few recently deployed fixes, should help prevent additional accounts from encountering this one too. We're also continuing to work on resolving other variants of this issue that are still affecting others, as well as addressing various gameplay-related issues in the 4.0 preview environment. The team is back and focused on getting things in good shape as quickly as possible. We appreciate your patience and support, and we'll keep you updated as we have more to share. So, really great to see CIG back in the office and working on these sort of more full force than just a skeleton crew over Christmas and New Year. We do know that Cloud Imperium have got a Alpha 4.0.1 PTU patch that should be going onto the PTU next week, and then probably live, or the preview patch, the week after. There should be a load of additional fixes there, many that are just much needed, right, to get 4.0 into a better state for more people to play more stably, because 4.0, there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and when it works really well. It just, you know, some people are unable to play effectively, although the sort of shard-locked stuff that they just got out to unbrick a load of accounts, absolutely awesome. So hopefully a lot more people will be able to be playing now, and if you were affected by that and are now able to play again, please tell me in the comments below. Really interested to know. Duping, cheating and exploiting. I want to talk about this. So I hate cheaters. Oh, I hate cheating. Exploiting is very close to that as well, and it's debatable whether it's the same thing. I suppose it depends on the circumstance. But cheaters and exploiters, mainly cheaters, have ruined all my favourite games in recent memory. So The Finals, Deadlock, even Path of Exile 2. The former two on the list, though, I don't play anymore at all, because cheating is such an endemic issue with them. It's the main thing I'm concerned about for Star Citizen 1.0 as well. What is the cheating and exploiting situation going to be like? There are different scales of problems and of this stuff when it comes to Star Citizen. I saw some threads talking about weapon insurance, basically loading FPS weapons onto your ship, and then when you repair them at a landing zone, you sort of get them back, so you can use them more freely is the idea, and if you sort of lose them when you're doing FPS stuff, you can just get them back by, you know, repairing your ship. And you pay for those weapons. You're basically paying for those things to go back onto your ship as well. You don't get them for free, is the idea. So something like that, for me, might be an exploit. Doesn't appear to hugely be an exploit, that specific thing. And as long as it doesn't give you a huge advantage, and you're paying for the extra weapons, I don't really mind. Now, it's the cost of those weapons, and are players using that to dupe other stuff, rare weapons, other smaller FPS items which have great value or allow you to avoid gameplay loops? That is an issue, though. But this is also a great example of CIG being able to have a think about how they want to deal with this, and hopefully deal with it all in game. I'd like to also see potentially a hidden or sensitive mode for bug reporting or sort of exploit reporting. So the idea here is that you might not necessarily want everyone to be aware of an exploit that you found in the live build, but you do definitely want CIG to be aware of it. Obviously, this stuff's much more important when the game is live, no more resets, but it's interesting to know CIG's stance now, right? Cheating, duping, doesn't 100% matter at the moment. In fact, yeah, I want it to occur now. CIG can then work out how they want to deal with things when the game is live, no more resets, or they can go, people were exploiting in this way. Oh, things like this don't work as intended. It's an alpha for a reason, right? And I want a fun, gamified experience where sensible. I don't want too much faff, which is why I liked being able to spawn in my hangar in 4.0 instead of my HAP. yeah, at my home location. Hopefully that feature will return soon because sort of they disabled it due to some issues. Anyway, CIG will let you do this. They let you effectively repair your ship at a station and get these FPS weapons back. That sort of stuff. That might even be part of a feature, but duping items that might not be intended to avoid gameplay or to make tons of money, that's an exploit. And unfortunately, in this particular circumstance that we're talking about, you can do that too. Basically, potentially as an unintended side effect. Also, I want to see more explicit FPS item insurance available and a way to get back rare and promo items. There needs to be cost, criminality, and time all associated with this. I want all these systems to be sorted in-game as well, where possible, preventing players from doing stuff that would be an exploit, but also allowing them to, at cost and stuff like that, potentially as money sinks, ensure and avoid faff. I've previously seen aimbotting, invincibility, wall hacks, and all that sort of stuff in Star Citizen. That sort of behavior should be permanently banned, in my opinion. Anything that is like an explicit cheat, yeah? Even now in Alpha. But the exploits and bugs, they're a bit of a different story. I, in some ways, want people to draw attention to widespread exploits. Maybe if someone is egregiously sort of posting how to do an exploit with the intention of trying to get other people to do that, give them a warning or something from like CIG's point of view. Like maybe something egregious would be making step-by-step video guides on how to do an exploit with the express intention knowing that it's an exploit and stuff like that. So there's got to be a load of intention there. There's got to be sort of like you're trying to damage the game effectively. But White hat going, there's an exploit here, it needs to be solved. CIG, what's your response to this? That's kind of important in a lot of situations. But as I said, I do wish there was a issue council sort of all sensitive. This is a sensitive issue that I don't want to be broadcast around, and CIG can, you know, uncensor that if they want. Maybe that's too much effort for CIG for the filtering process and sort of will gum up the issue council, but I don't know. That's just my blue skies thinking on it. However, I'm interested to know from you and your point of view, what if this sort of behavior leads to a wipe due to players like duping items that are not supposed to be duping? That's clearly like, haha, I've worked out that you can dupe this. I'm paying for it, so it must be intended. Is that unfair on almost everyone that's not duping? Yeah? And do you want to know about a dupe or a bug or an exploit, or I suppose an exploit or that sort of stuff, if someone else is doing it? Go, well, actually, I want to know that, or do you keep that secret so that lots of people don't do it? Obviously, this is much more important if we had no more resets, or if this was a fully player-influenced economy. But I'm just sort of interested to gauge people's opinions on this, and I can only talk about my point of view on some of it. Black market stuff and gold farming. Gold farming is another thing. I didn't mind gold farming and even gold sellers in a lot of games previously. For like Star Citizen and stuff, I believe it's against terms of service. But I personally didn't care for lots of games. I was like, nah, yeah, whatever. But I think the problem here is that people that are gold sellers or do it as a business, they're often going to be the main user of these exploits. Also, Path of Exile 2, again, for an example, I believe that there are now hackers and gold sellers are hacking player accounts and emptying hundreds of hours of their like work, their currency and play to then sell that. The bad practices are one of the reasons you don't want to have a black market in Star Citizen or any game. Grey market stuff like buying a real money purchase chip from another player, that's a bit different in my opinion anyway. It's sort of CIG don't support that. They can't help you if it goes wrong, but I don't believe, and obviously check and be fully apprised of all the information before you do anything like that. I don't believe they are sort of like, it's not totally against terms of service or anything. You're not going to get banned for doing it, I don't think. Again, tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is if you're buying anything from eBay or the grey market, buy at your own risk. I'm not your dad, nor do I have moral authority over you. But I would really like to know people's thoughts and opinions on this. Also, some questions I kind of want to ask. I'm interested to know if you like the idea of being able to ensure pretty much everything in game or anything at cost and like maybe time associated with that, even if it's super rare. Or should some stuff be entirely uninsurable or totally unique? Does the ability to insure remove risk in game? Or is it actually quite a good money sink? As long as the price is right, cool. What if insurance doesn't cover ship and item loss in certain zones? Like maybe you go, well, yeah, we'll insure you in UE space in certain zones, but not in Pyro. If you want to get a Pyro, your insurance is going to skyrocket. Would you like to see CIG make a more definitive statement on exploiting, hacking, bugs, that sort of stuff? They have made some statements in the past, but I'm interested to know. It's not explicitly listed anywhere at the moment, I don't think, but sort of an interesting one. Do you like sort of stuff like this being handled fully in-game? So they go, if you can do it, and it's obviously not a cheat, but then it's potentially intended. And obviously some people are going to do this thing thinking it's intended when it's not. Would you support a full wipe for 4.0.1 if it helps with bugs or to deal with sort of players that have been exploiting, getting a load of currency? I mean, potentially CIG could just target individual people that have been, you know, exploiting for in-game currency purposes, that sort of stuff. But things with like wipes, you like, yeah, wipe as often as you need to if it makes the game better. Great. Or you're like, oh, actually, I do want a level of progression, and you basically said you weren't gonna wipe for a while. Anyway, tell me in the comments below what you think. Really interested to know, and I'm also interested to know what your 4.0 experience is like at the moment if you're playing on the preview. Thank you for watching. You should also click on the links below to get yourself some NordVPN. It's 2025. The hackers be hacking. Information brokers be informationing. You want some better privacy. I genuinely believe that a VPN is a super important part of your security tool belt and just allows you to do a load more on the internet in a more safe manner with less of a footprint. Go check my links below if you're interested in that. It helps support the channel as well. And yeah, as I said, I genuinely think it is useful. Oh, giveaway. For this month, we're giving away a Mirai Guardian. Just go and comment below for a chance of winning that. And you can click the join button also under my videos to help support the channel even further. Like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of jazz. Share these videos. I don't know. Thanks.